Margie from California.
Hey there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. Glad you could join
Good.
us. And
Thank
so
you.
I'm about to announce our speaker for today. My name is Phyllis Nash. I am your Chief Sales Officer at Wakanda and one of four co-founders. And now I'd like to bring up our president, our CFO, someone I truly admire and respect, someone that is a mentor to me, a friend to me, and a sister. So, Dr. Pat, are you out there to deliver Wake Up Wealthy now?
That's right. Right now. All
All
right.
right, let's go.
All right. Thank you so much. The phenomenal Phyllis Nash, which we all should be sending prayers up for, because she plays such an intricate part in our lives. She fills in a space that is left void by society, a space that where we can go to and get strength and we can get encouragement and we can get this, hey, get up and go, get up and go, get up and move forward, get up and do the next thing. That's what this whole diamond factory is all about. It's about getting up and doing the next thing, because in order for us to get to the place we really really want to be at, we've got to do some things differently. When you think about how a baby, once they get sick of, they get tired of baby food, they want something solid. They start hollering and crying until their mama figure out, oh, this baby food is not enough to get them where they need to go. So then, they graduate to more food and eventually they graduate to the table, right? And then they get to school, the ABCs is 26 of them. It just seems like that's impossible to learn. And they got to figure out how to spell their name. But after a while, they master that, and I can write my name whenever I get ready to. I can even sign my name on something. That's how good I've gotten. They master it after a while because they keep repeating it. And sometimes when we keep repeating the same thing and we master it, we get real comfortable where we are. We get real comfortable being in that space where we master, and we're very uncomfortable when we got to step outside of the norm. But I want you to know your success is outside of the norm. Your success is outside of the norm. What's normal and what's common will never get you wealthy because it's not designed to. It's designed to keep us at a certain level where, oh, we might make some money this month, might not make much next month, might make even more next month. We might be going back and forth like a pendulum, like we have no control or no power over what we make. But if you want to make money, you need to set a target. Because if you don't have a target, it's like, where are you headed? You're just drifting. You're just going wherever the wind blows. And so what happens when you go wherever the wind blows, you end up going back to what you've mastered, whatever it is. And what you've mastered has kept you small. It has kept you in the space that you're in. Now, somebody say, oh, well, I'm small. I got a whole lot. Yeah, you got a whole lot. But just imagine if you had 50 times what you got. Would you look back at this day and say, yeah, that was small? And some of y'all, no, I wouldn't. Okay, that's okay then. Let me leave you out. Okay, let me just talk to everybody else for right now. I'm gonna come back to you though. Okay, so just stay there, right here with us. So the point I'm making is that when we don't want to step outside of the norm, the things that we counted on in the past that we've mastered, we want to go back to those things. And just like a child learning how to ride a bike, at first it seems like an impossible thing, impossible task. So they get training wheels, right? But after a while, those training wheels become a hindrance. And for some of us, our training wheels have become a hindrance. The things that we depend on, that, oh, if I fall to the left or fall to the right, I got this because I got these training wheels. The things we depended on is keeping us from ever being able to ride, ever be able to be in the place that we're supposed to be. So I'm here to encourage you to get outside of the norm if you want success. Now, if you don't, and you just love hanging around, that's wonderful. I love being around good people. It's like being in a garden. You go in the garden, the flowers are doing all the work, right? So it seems, but actually it's a gardener who has done all the work, but you there enjoying just the flowers. So you're in a garden. And for some people, coming to Wakanda is like being in a garden. And that's okay too. It's okay to feel like, okay, I'm in a garden. I'm just here to enjoy. But for those of you that got some fire down in you, who came here because you want to make some money, I'm here to speak to you to say you got to get outside of the norm. You got to get outside of that circle, because that circle is going one place. And if you keep being helping everybody everywhere in that circle, they can all count on you. Yeah, you're the master of that space, but it'll never get you to the place you dream about. It would never get you to that level that you know you're supposed to get to, that you see in your dreams, that's what you feel in your heart, that, oh man, God, I would like to have this. I would like to be able to give to this person. I would like to be able to take care of this situation. All those things that you would like to do. I would like to take my grandkids on a trip around the world so they can see the pyramids, so they can see the Eiffel Tower, so they can see the Leaning Wall, so they can see the magnificent gardens, and be all over the world and see how commerce works. I would love to take my grandchildren around the world to see how commerce works, so that as they grow up, they have a mindset to do that. They have a mindset to move in that direction. But you know what? If we have that dream, it's a wonderful dream. It's a great dream. I can feel that dream. I can feel it with you. But if you stay in the norm, you'll never be able to bring that dream into physical reality. You have to you have to leave what we call the island of ordinary people. You have to leave the island of ordinary people, because ordinary people will be ordinary. And when they see you trying to leave the island, they will try to pull you back. They'll do everything they can. They'll set up a drag net and try to drag you back to the island of ordinary people. You got to let them go. You got to stop being everything to everybody. It's like you an eagle. You're an eagle among a bunch of chickens, and all the chickens need you to get them some food, which is very simple because all they're eating is whatever's on the ground that the farmer bring. And so the eagle can pull all that together for them, but the eagle can never go to the places it's supposed to go if it's around a bunch of chickens and all it's doing is serving all of those chickens. So what am I saying today? I want to inspire you to look beyond what you've been doing and sit down today and think about what you could do that you haven't done already. Because when you spend time and you take that time to think about what you could do, where you might be able to operate in a place you've never been in, because you've always stayed within the realm of what you felt was safe. One of the things we learned when we was young, never talk to strangers, right? So some of us still carry that with us. I can't tell a stranger about my business because we never talk to strangers, right? Uh, and then also say, don't go to places you've never been, right? So because you don't know what's there. So we carry that with us into adulthood, and then we try to bring it in business. When you come into business, those kind of things got to be left behind. So that's my primary message today, is to write down what you could do. Just sit down and think. And now it's not going to just come to you maybe in the first minute, the second minute, or whatever, but take about 10 minutes and just think. And that is one of the hardest things in the world to do, and that is think. And the reason why it's so hard is because we're not used to doing it. My mom was having problems breathing yesterday, and she called me and told me, I'm having problems breathing. So I came down. My mom stays with me. So I came down and I started telling her to take deep breath. We started doing this real deep breathing, and then exhaling through the mouth, breathing in through the nose. And we did that for about 10 minutes. And she felt better. And all of a sudden, she was still able to breathe. She was able to breathe better. And she didn't have that problem anymore. So I told her, I said, if only thing that you get to keep is what you use. So if you don't use your lungs, you don't get to keep them. So you got to breathe. You can't just, walk around with a little shallow breath and think it's okay. No, you got to deeply breathe in, deeply breathe out, because you only get to keep what you use. So that's what I want to say here. We are only going to get to keep what we use. So if you push yourself out there on paper and write down what you could do, what might be possible for you to do if you were to step outside of the norm, then you're using something you haven't used before. And that's the whole, your imagination, to see yourself not just someplace, but you see yourself, you see how to get to that place. You're looking at, okay, that's the place I want to go, and here's one route I might take. So sit down like for 10 minutes and use that imagination the imagination and that strategizing mind that you have to figure out what you could do and what could make a difference. Because that dream you have is real. That desire you have is real. But in order for it to come into physical reality, in order for it to become into physical reality in the right now, you got to leave what's normal. You got to stretch out. I mean, when I was wanting to hit diamond in this company, I was within striking distance. I was about $30,000, $35,000 short. and we was at the last week. But I sat down and I just started calling everybody in my phone, one by one, asking them, do they know anybody that's in pain? And then telling them, okay, I got something for them. I want you to check this out. And you can give them to them as a gift. I give you a discount. We're gonna run this year. We're gonna make a certain level this year, and we're gonna hit a certain mark, and we're gonna do it together. So, and when I did that, at the end of the day, it took me all day, but at the end of the day, I had $30,000 in sales because I didn't try to go and sell one product. I tried to sell 10 products. I was selling a whole, pack. I had a system. I was selling the customer pack. And that's what I was telling them. You need to get the customer pack. Because that way you can let them check that out. And also you can get out of pain. I was talking to a lady yesterday who told me she had migraines ever since she was 14 years old. These are the kind of stories people want to hear. They don't want to hear about the endocannabinoid system and what cannabinoid is best for whatever. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear what has happened in somebody's life. I was talking to a lady yesterday, and so you all can use this story too. And she told me she had been having migraines since she was 14 years old. And she was on all kinds of medication. And she would go to the pharmacist at some point, and they wouldn't give her anymore. They say, you've had your limit for this month. And she said, so what does that mean? Do I go home and I can't even see. I'm blind from this pain. It's that bad. And they wouldn't do anything for her. And finally, she tried some CBD. And once she tried CBD, she got her life back. And she told me, she said, now I take it every night because I do not want to wake up with a migraine. So I take it at night. I sleep really well and my migraines are gone. She said, I have been having migraines for 34 years and they're gone. And they're gone because of CBD. Everybody that you know knows somebody who's in pain. And if you can help them see with confidence and share stories with them, your own story and other people's story, that's getting outside of the norm. Calling people you haven't talked to in a long time. Well, I don't want to call them to try to sell them something. No, you're not calling them and trying to sell them something. What you're calling them for is you're calling them because you want to give them some type of relief that they deserve. Because according to research, the average family in America is going to be spending $653 a month on hemp products in 2022. In 2022, so they're going to get it anyway because they're going to find out the power of it. Your contribution here is to bring it to them way before they gotten it from somewhere else, and so they can get out of pain and they can help other people get out of pain much sooner. But like I say, in order to get that to that place where that dream that you have becomes a physical reality, it starts with that paper and pen that you have in your hand. It starts there. Think, what is something that I can do? Even though it might be outside of what I normally do, but what is a possibility for me to do to move my business forward? This is the season for it. Don't wait till January. January 1st, I'm going to make an announcement. No, people are spending money right now. So this is the season for it right here, right now. Take your stand, get your paper in your hand and your pen, and sit down and exercise your mind on strategy. And you know what? It's going to get strengthened, and you're going to be able to even do even bigger strategies as you go. What you write down on paper, date it, put the date on it, and make sure it's a part of something you're going to come back to. I have all kinds of notepads, but when I come down and I'm writing down what I'm going to do, they're all in one notepad. I write them down. And you're going to see when you start off writing down what I'm saying today, if you take this 10 minutes and think about what you could do, to benefit your business, to move your business forward, when you take that time and write that down today, you look at your writing on today, which is December 9th, 2021, and how you wrote and what you thought, and then look back in 2023 at it, and you're going to see that working that part of your brain worked because it caused you to be able to be able to develop it even more, and you were able to create even more and more opportunities for you and for the people around you. So I'm Dr. Pat, and I want to as always, I'm going to inspire you to rise to purpose. This has been Wake Up Wealthy Now. And so we just woke up. not too long ago, a couple of hours ago at the most, 2, 3 hours at the most, and we're waking up wealthy because we're doing what wealthy people do. They get outside of the norm. They do not try to sit in the circle with everybody else. They're not taking everybody else's calls and trying to take care of everyone else. They drop the training wheels. They left what they consider they've mastered, and they gone beyond the island of ordinary people to do things that they know they could do if they actually tried. All right. I want you to have a Wakanda kind of day. Bye now.